Hey guys, Joe here, back with another video. Today is Tuesday, August 3, 2021, and AMD is trending yet again. AMD is up over 3% intraday today and up over 23% for the week. So today I wanted to take a look at some technical analysis within AMC's charts and look at some of the most active options within AMD. So let's take a look. So what are some of the headlines regarding today's moves? The main headline today was AMD's competitor Nvidia might have their acquisition of ARM chips blocked. So this is positive news for AMD because that means AMD can go ahead and take a bigger market share of the semiconductor business. So you can see some of the headlines here within Yahoo Finance. You can also jump over to FinViz and look at some of the headlines over here as well. And as you can see, August 3rd, so the top headline today is the UK is considering blocking the Nvidia takeover of the ARM chips over national security, reported by Bloomberg. This can be interpreted as positive news for AMD because that means they can go in and start taking more of the market share that Nvidia already dominates. Remember, Nvidia is the biggest player in the space and AMD is number 2, so this just means that AMD can continue to grow and potentially even overtake at some point in the future. So if we look at the weekly chart on AMD was consolidating and it was hitting this double top here at the $95 price, and it just broke resistance here, and now it's hit this all-time high of 112, and it just continues to rally higher this past week. And as you can see here, there is a small cup and handle formation that was formed, and it just broke resistance at 95 and broke upward. And looking at the weekly chart here as well, there's an even bigger cup and handle formation here. This left hand side is your handle, this bottom range is your cup, and this right hand side is your right handle, and broke upward to the upside. Here's another diagram showing you what a cup and handle looks like. You have a rounding bottom here, consolidation, which is your handle, and break upward. And here's another diagram, base bottoming, right handle, and break to the upside. And another way to draw it within TradingView, this is a weekly chart. You have your left handle here, rounding bottom here, and your right handle, and break to the upside. Looking at the daily chart as well, we have the same pattern forming, left handle here, rounding base here, right handle, and break to the upside. So this is a very popular continuation pattern indicator that shows that a stock consolidates for a bit but breaks resistance and just rallies upward. And let's not forget, we did get analyst buy upgrades last week for AMD stock and new price targets. The benchmark company here gave it a new price target of 110, Susquehanna gave it a new price target of 130, Rosenblatt has a new price target of 150, Northland Capital has a price target of 125, and Mizu has a price target of 110. So looking back at the daily chart, we did have a buy rating that was generated on July 22 by this slow stochastic indicator. So slow stochastic is just taking the difference between two moving averages, and so we did have oversold conditions on the slow stochastic, and on this date approximately 1 week ago we did have a buy point that was generated, and from there it was a good time to buy the dip because we only rallied higher. And looking at the daily RSI, the relative strength index, we did approach oversold conditions as well. We did hit this 45 point mark, so that means there was a lot of selling pressure, but investors bought the dip, and from there we have recovered and pushed higher. And looking at the Bollinger Bands here, Bollinger Bands, this middle line here, the yellow, is a 20-day moving average, and the Bollinger Band is divided between two bands, the upper band and the lower band. So the way to trade with the Bollinger Band is you always use your middle line here, your 20-day indicator, as your center or your mean. So that means in theory the price will always want to return to the mean, meaning you want to think of this center line as home base, so the price will always want to return here to the center, and we got exactly that here. AMD is riding this upper Bollinger Band here 2 weeks ago, and then we had a sell-off. It fell below the mean, which is below the average. And guess what? By design, it wanted to gravitate back towards the center, and that's what we got here. It gravitated upwards and it got to the center and just pushed higher. So now we are getting a lot of buyers coming in, depicted by these green candles pushing higher, and we are getting a lot of high volume, judging by these green volume bars here. So I do expect AMD to keep pushing higher this week. I would say AMD will probably add a few more dollars to its price. And just monitor the RSI down here. We are at extreme overbought conditions. We are at the 85 point mark, and that means this stock is really hot right now. It's really overbought, so this can potentially come back down. So I would say if you're a buyer of AMD, you want to lock in profits right away. And the same thing with options. You want to buy and sell the option within minutes and not get burned. So from here, let's take a look at some of the most active options within AMD. So let's jump over to Barchart. And if you don't know what Barchart is a free, powerful, all-in-one tool that includes a scanner, options, prices, charts, headlines, analyst ratings, and more. I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to find actionable day trades. So you want to type in AMD in the search bar, navigate to the left-hand side and click on options prices. And from here, default to the nearest expiration date, which is August 6th, this Friday. We'll leave that as is. For strike price, you want to show all. And from here, you want to sort by volume. So this top section here is your call section, which is bullish. This bottom section here is your puts, which is bearish. And at the very bottom here, you have your put to call volume ratio, which just gives you a difference between puts and calls. So let's take a look at the call section. So coming in at number one, the most popular call option was the $110 strike price, and investors paid between $360 and $375, had a volume of over 84,000, open interest of over 8,000, and implied volatility of over 52%. The second most popular call option was the $115 strike price, and investors paid between $128 and $130, had a volume of over 81,000 and open interest of 223 and implied volatility of 55%. And the third most popular call option was this $120 strike price, and investors paid the ask price of $45, which is very bullish. The bid and ask was the same, $45, and had a volume of over 41,000 and open interest of over 8,000 and implied volatility of over 63%. And if you don't know what implied volatility is the estimated volatility of the option strike price over the period of the option. So let's take a look at the put section. Remember, puts is a bearish sentiment. AMD currently is being used as a momentum play, so you can trade the stock in either direction. You can make money going up, you can make money going down, and keep in mind you can also hedge your bets with puts. So investors want to stay protected, so sometimes they buy puts as protection. So from here, you want to sort by volume. So the most popular put option placed today was this $110 put, and investors paid between $1.06 and $1.09, had a volume of over 42,000, open interest of 327, and implied volatility of over 52%. And the third most popular put option was this $105 strike price, and investors paid between 25 cents and 26 cents, had a volume of over 35,000 and open interest of 15 and implied volatility of over 58%. And the third most popular put option was this $108 strike price, and investors paid between 56 and 60, had a volume of over 29,000 and open interest of over 5,000 and implied volatility of over 53,000. So if you want to confirm your bias about AMD garnering the most active options today, you want to head back towards the top and click on options, and from here click on most active options. Make sure it's sorted by descending volume. And coming in at number one, we have AMD with the most active options with a volume of over 1,300,000 placed just today. The percentage of puts was 32% and percentage of calls was 67%, and the put call ratio here was 0.48. So for the majority, investors were leaning bullish, which can be a very positive catalyst for the remainder of the week. And just to confirm your bias again, you want to navigate towards the top and go ahead and look at the unusual options activity. From here, you want to sort by volume. Great, and the second most popular call option placed today was this AMD call with the $110 strike price. The expiration is for this Friday, August 6th, and investors paid between $360 and $375, had a volume of over 84,000, an open interest of 8,600, and implied volatility of over 52%, and a delta of 69.37. And the second most popular call option placed today was the $115 strike price, and investors paid between $128 and $130, had a volume of over 81,000. And lastly, we do have coming in at number 7 is $110 put, and investors paid between $106 and $109, and this one had a delta of minus 30.73. So if you are trading options on AMD, I do recommend that you buy and sell the position within minutes. You want to get in a scalping mentality. I do see the implied volatility rising on AMD, and keep in mind both implied volatility and theta decay will be working against you if you are a options trader. We are noticing overbought conditions on the RSI, so I will say tread lightly. I do expect the momentum to continue upward, but we are bound to get a pullback sometime this week. So trade lightly, stay vigilant, and I hope you remain profitable. So I hope you enjoyed this content. If you have any questions, please leave a question in the comment section. I'll be happy to respond. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.